Okay, welcome to the Lockdown Economy in the Netherlands. We are a social non-profit initiative by the think tank AlterContacts to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic and reactivate the economy. My name is Rosie Allison. I'm the local interview host for the Netherlands and the UK, and our guest today is Heidi Ehlers, owner of Koffiee Piraat, a coffee retailer based near Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Happy to have you here today, Heidi. Welcome to the Lockdown Economy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today, Rosie. This is really
You're welcome.
exciting.
Yeah, great to meet you. So I've explained a little bit about your business, but could you tell us a bit more about Koffiee Piraat and how long you have been doing it?
The business turned 9 in May, so we're approaching our 10-year birthday. What we do is we provide consumers and businesses with coffee. And I believe that people are sort of on an adventure with coffee. So wherever you are in your adventure with coffee, we want to be able to provide you with quality products at every price point without judgment. So if you prefer to drink a certain type of coffee, we want to provide that to you regardless of like personal opinion or if it's in style or whatever. I mean, just, make it available for you. And, of course, we do our best to introduce people to new things or let them know about smaller local businesses. But it's not our intention to change your behavior or influence it. We just want to make things available for people should they want to try something different.
Okay, so you're quite consumer-led in that way.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's what it's about, right? The client.
Yeah. And where did this idea come from? Is coffee a passion of yours, or how did this business start?
This business started during the recession 10 years ago. It was very difficult to find work. And so out of that came Koffiee Piraat. So I couldn't find something that suited me. So I made my own job, which is amazing because now it's grown into something where I can offer other people the ability to work and provide for their families. So, it's fantastic.
Sure. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, how many employees do you have currently?
There are 5 employees now.
Okay. And are you growing at the moment, or is this kind of the size that you're staying at?
No, every year we get a little bit busier, so every year there's growth.
Great. And I understand that you're a retailer, but you don't have a physical shop. So you're completely online, which is obviously good considering the current situation. But how did you have to change your business when the lockdown hit in March and there was less demand for your product?
Well, that's the really strange thing, is that there wasn't less demand. There was sort of in the end of March, like a peak. And I really relate this to maybe panic buying. Like people were uncertain and afraid that maybe they wouldn't be able to get the things that they normally enjoy. So March was actually very, very busy for us. And of course, being responsible for being able to supply people these products, it was also very strange for me because we didn't know if we would have any supply chain issues and where they would come from. And honestly, where I expected to have the supply issues, they never appeared, but they did come from other places that I actually didn't expect. But we were able to, of course, continue to supply people with amazing coffee. Just we did have some gaps with supply on certain items. But yeah, March was sort of, I feel like people went into, like a panic buying. And then what we did notice in like April was more smaller orders and less big orders from offices or restaurants. So I believe that this was a direct result of people not working at the office and staying home and then needing to get coffee for themselves at home rather than going to the office and getting it there.
Yeah, so you mentioned you had some difficulties with the supply chain. Did you put any measures in place to try to overcome this? Did you have to search for new suppliers? How did you deal with this challenge?
Well, of course, we are always looking for options to cover these periods. But when the manufacturers cannot manufacture the products, at a certain point, they're just not available anywhere. So some things we were just temporarily sold out of. But yes, of course, we did scramble to get everybody what they need.
Yeah. And so you experienced, like you said, a slight change in the demand of your coffee from bigger orders to smaller orders. Has that changed your business plan in any way? Are you now marketing more to individual consumers rather than businesses?
No. I mean, the thing is, even the people that own businesses are consumers themselves, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, and we just want to be here to support everybody regardless. So we haven't really focused tremendously on the individual consumers. I mean, of course, we always have, and we continue to do that, but we are still here for all of the businesses as well. And although there are a lot of people working from home these days, there are a lot of people that aren't. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, we're here. I'm at work right now, so.
Yeah, you've always been there.
Yes, exactly.
Great. And what about in the current climate? How is your business going now?
You know, we're coming into our peak period of the year. So it's really hard to say what will happen. I mean, even the summer is typically our slowest period of the year. So it was really interesting to see what was going to happen with that. But with much less people going on vacation or choosing to go on vacation for shorter amounts of time, there were many more people here in the country. So we will see what happens. We have several holidays coming up, Sinterklaas, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's. And, you know, there are a lot of companies now that are also searching for nice things that they can send to their team while they're working from home, just to sort of, I don't know, keep the contact or like let them know we're still thinking about you or you're important. So a lot of people are sending small gifts or, you know, different things to their teams, because this is a very weird time. And when you're working completely remotely, I believe that some people can start to feel maybe unimportant or redundant or something, you know? So, I mean, I know that a lot of companies are kind of trying to extra reach out because you don't have that personal contact at the office.
Yeah. And do you know anything about how your customers or your competition are doing? What's the state of the market that you're working in right now?
You know, we've spoken about doing some surveys or trying to reach out to people. We have asked some questions like on our social media, but because we are such a small team, we haven't really had a lot of resources to dedicate to this type of interaction or questioning. So, I mean, that's definitely something that I would like to work on. But we are in the midst of all of this, in the middle of a new web shop build. We just updated our logo and our color scheme and all. So there's really a lot going on here in addition to all of this.
It's a busy period. And what's your outlook for the coming months? So you mentioned that you're building a new website. What do you see coming for Koffiee Piraat in the next few months?
We've started working with some new roasters. We're expanding our assortment. I've spent a lot of time this year working with local companies. I really want to grow with other small businesses and give other small businesses access to our clients. So we've been putting a lot of energy into that. We have added this year several different products from companies out of the Netherlands. So that's been really great. And we've spent a lot of time getting to know these people. I mean, when you're working with a small business, it's totally different than a big multinational, which is amazing. But we are also working with similarly small businesses in Italy to get their products here for the Dutch market. And again, I've really stayed in contact with all of our suppliers, checking in with them through all of this. And it's been really, really amazing because, even when Italy was in a total lockdown, we could order their products, and they said, thank you so much for ordering from us, because now we have work to do and it makes us feel like we're still important and we're still contributing. And so that's amazing. And I get the same kind of feeling from working with small local businesses as well. But at the end of the day, okay, Italy isn't local, but they're still people. It's been really great. So in the future, there'll be, of course, more selection and hopefully more happy clients.
Great. And so you mentioned there how you managed to keep communication open with the suppliers even throughout this period, like you said, in Italy, where there was a total lockdown. For any small business owner that may be watching right now who is having trouble with that, with reaching out to people in this period, do you have any advice on how to keep these close connections even in this difficult time?
I believe if you're doing something or you can do something, the best thing that you can do is let people know. So if you, whether it's what you have always done, or if you've pivoted your business and you're doing something different, tell people. Put it on social media. I don't know, make flyers and put them in the mailbox. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you don't tell people, people won't know. And my other tip would maybe be that don't be afraid to reach out to other people, because I really believe that together we are so much stronger. So if you've always considered maybe collaborating with a particular company or a person or a speaker, or whatever it is, just reach out to them and say, hey, I had this idea, or what do you think about this, or whatever, because I think that everybody has been really caught off guard by this, or, people are thinking in new ways. And if you don't ask, or if you don't try, you're never, So, just go for it,
Yeah, I think that's really valuable advice. Just reach out, have the confidence to reach out to people. That's, very valuable. Thank you. So you've mentioned a few tips, things that small businesses could do to try to stimulate their business in this period. But as always, there are always things that small business need help with. So could you name maybe 3 things that in the current climate you think you and Koffiee Piraat need help with?
Ooh, that's a hard one. For me, what was really the most challenging was, trying to make decisions for my team that could potentially influence their health or well-being. And I mean, maybe this is a big one to ask, but, I think more clear instructions from the government or like the health institutes about what exactly they want us to do, because they come with restrictions, but then there's no like action plan for the restrictions, and I told my team early on in all of this, if you guys have feedback or ideas, please share them with me, because I can't find the book on how to keep a healthy, thriving business during a global pandemic. So, share if you have a thought, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that the things that I would need help with are just standard growing pain issues from running a growing business. I mean, it's like you have a skill set, but then your business grows and now you need to learn more skills, and then it grows again and the old skills aren't sufficient anymore. So now you need to add. But I really love that. I mean, it's like this pandemic has shown me that my boundaries are so much further than I thought that they were. So that's been great.
Certainly, yeah. I think that's something that many small business owners and entrepreneurs will be able to relate with, these growing pains that are natural in a small business. And then on top of that, you've got all of these problems of the pandemic. It's not easy. So thank you very much, Heidi, for sharing your views with us today and your insights. And thank you to everyone that joined us today. Feel free to contact Heidi or myself. There will be some links in the description of this video to Heidi's web pages. You can check out Koffiee Piraat and also contact her about anything that we've spoken about today. I invite you to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the AlterContacts YouTube channel, because in the coming weeks, we're going to have many more insights to share with you from small business owners and entrepreneurs. Heidi, thank you very much for speaking with us today. Do you have any closing remarks?
Just thank you for having me. And I think that what you guys are doing is really amazing. And like I said earlier, I think that together we are much stronger. So I think that it's so fantastic to have a resource like this with knowledge and viewpoints and perspectives from all different types of people, because at the end of the day, we're all going through this together, right? I mean, yeah, but thank you for having me, and thank you for, doing this. It's just amazing.
Definitely. Well, thank you for being involved, Heidi. And if you are watching as a small business owner, you can always get in touch to share your own views. So thank you very much, Heidi, and stay tuned for more in the coming weeks.